Angel and Envy sends in $5. As a single mother, do you believe you deserve a man in the top percentile? And if so, why would that man want you? So all of y'all single moms besides one. So show of hands. Do you think you deserve a man in the top percentile? Now let me tell you what the top percentile is.
Yeah.
The top percentile is, let's go with height, just 6 foot. If you want a man that's 6 foot or above, that's only about 15% of the population, or it could be even less than that. If you want a man to make 100K minimum, that's about 10%. You looked it up recently. Okay, so yeah, it's 10% of the population.
U.S.
Yeah.
100K.
So with that being said,
Kids or no kids?
well, that's the
No,
thing.
the men,
If the
kids or
men
no
have
kids?
kids.
Okay, so I didn't understand the question then.
Well, if the man has kids or if he doesn't have kids, regardless of that, only 10% of men make 100K.
right,
Yeah, so that's what it is. So now the question is, now since you know what the percentile is, just based off of height, because that's what's important to and based off of income, because that's what's really important. So as a single mother, if you want a guy that's in the top percentile,
do you think you deserve?
Do you think you deserve that man? So show of hands. Do you think you deserve a man in the top percentile? Show of hands. We got one.
No.
We got two, three. Oh, we got four. Okay, four. Oh, we got five. Okay, and you're the only one. So you're the only one that said that you don't think you do. I'm gonna get to you last.
Okay.
For the ladies that now the question is, for that man, what you deserve a man in the top percentile, and if so,
why would that man want you?
Okay, and if so, why would that man want you? Okay, let's start here. So you think you deserve him? Why would that man want you?
So I'm gonna stop it real quick. So I'm guessing it's a room full of baby mamas, and they all say they deserve Mr. Six Figures or a high value man. So I'm guessing it's gonna go left.
Oh yeah, shout out to Kool-Aid over there at the No Fugazi podcast. Yeah, he about to back a bit to a corner, and it might get ugly. I never seen this one. I honestly only seen some small little clips and shorts from the brother Cooley, but I done seen the little snippets of him cooking up and do a pretty good job at doing his best at trying to back these sisters into a corner of accountability. Sometimes violently.
Well, for one, because I'm a very good mother. I'm not a perfect mom, but I'm a very good mom. So I think.
But what does that have to do with him?
Because I think that shows a lot about my character. And why do I think I deserve it? Because I believe that.
Well, wait, time out. That doesn't show that. So if you are a single mother, you being a good mother, that doesn't show that you have good character, because single mothers normally don't have good character, generally speaking, because they chose the wrong man, meaning that they normally broke up the relationship. They initiated the breakup. So they show single moms show the worst characteristic traits, to be honest. I'll explain why. Because if they had good characteristic traits, they would be with the baby father. They would have chose a man that's worthy of them to have a good kid with, and they would stay with that man. Furthermore, they would see that, okay, if I leave this man, then my daughter or my son would be without a father. And we know that a child without a father leads to more degeneracy.
My 22-year-old self would kick myself in the face for ever picking the man that I chose to have a child with.
Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that when we see a single mom, we don't see good character, even if she can claim that she's a good mom. We see terrible mom.
Oh, I can't wait to answer this.
Yeah, I do agree with that to a point. But I think because my loyalty is very high, and I believe that if he is a very good man and he provides for me and he loves my child, because that is my child, then he deserves every ounce of respect and loyalty. Like I said, I would worship the ground that Tyrone walked on. It's.
And here we go. Let's stop it for a second.
Hell!
And we talk about this scene like week after week. These single moms don't realize that it lowers their value on the marketplace. And they'll tell you how them being a wonderful mom makes them a good mate to you. You ain't the child's father, but
Thank you, Cooley. No, so lady, sorry, not sorry, but there is a particular kind of man, the man that a lot of these sisters come pretty begging for. When he see you with a kid, automatically you have a bad you have a hard time making sound decisions. Off rip, I'm looking at your bad decisions, man, with your little crotch trophy. And now I got to come in here and be him for less than. This is why we say today's modern woman, she devalues men of value, high earners, high value men. Because even though you have made yourself into this guy, you still gonna play second fiddle to my baby daddy.
So we're gonna let it play. But body language is on 1,000 right now. Everybody, yeah.
Then they got her bottom lip poked out. Look at her. They half of them look like they in gangs.
Because what I'm willing to bring to the table for you is worth who, like, I respect you, I admire you.
Okay, let's get to her. What's your take on it?
Regardless whether or not I'm a single mother, I'm able to do everything else, whether or not I have a baby or not. I still can be a great wife, even if I have my kid have nothing to do with my quality as a wife.
No, what single mothers show is that you're selfish because you prioritize yourself over the kid. If you prioritize the kid, you would have worked through thick and thin to keep that relationship with the father. You would have.
Why does the responsibility has to fall on me just because I'm a female? What if the guy was the one?
Generally speaking, right? Generally speaking, most women initiate breakups and divorces. So what is it? 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. So they're breaking up a family. So they're removing the father from the home by their own feelings. So they only prioritize how they feel. You're selfish. Generally speaking, y'all single moms, y'all are selfish freak out.
What about men? What about men though? For example,
we know men do bad things.
Oh my God.
Men do bad things.
What I'm saying is, for instance, I feel like there's this thing in society that we are blamed because of the men that we choose. Sometimes we are deceived. Sometimes we meet a person and we think, oh my God, this guy's going to be such an amazing father. And they turn out to be completely AH.
So
stop the cap.
Here we go. Well, that's why we say marry before you carry. Quit giving up. There's no way you should have a child before you marry. Let's just start that standard. And then we can go from there. They say, well, some guys they'll marry you and then they turn into a narcissist after you have the kid and you never knew it. You never seen any signs of it. Just overnight, he woke up one day and was a narcissist.
Was not a logical man. There's levels to marriage. Don't believe what you're saying, but if we're going to ride that crazy train and say it happened just like that, like how, come on. Yes, all the responsibility on you. Yes. You said yes to his proposal. You said yes to giving them kids. All that, like, you got it. That's why you choose. And now you want to be mad because it didn't work out the way you say. And stop with the narcissist madness. We have figured it out, Bonquisha. Narcissist mean coming with structure in order that you don't agree with. That's all. That's modern day narcissism. All right. Structure and order, being mean.
Man.
Who has to take blame? The deceiver or the deceived?
The deceiver, because he knew that he wasn't.
Should the deceiver take all the blame?
No.
Should the deceived take some blame?
Take some blame, of course. Because for example,
okay, so that's accountability.
You do something and I have reaction to it, right?
Yeah.
Right. Then I am part of the problem because I have reaction to it. It's always gonna be both of our fault. But I feel like the deceiver, the person that made the mistake, should be held more accountable. So why does the blame falls on women for leaving when it wasn't the right situation in the first place?
Yeah. So
maybe I am selfish because I'm taking care of my kid. I'm making sure that my kid doesn't get raised in a bad environment.
Well, the worst environment is for a kid to be raised in a single mother household. Statistics show that single mother households leads to juvenile delinquents. It leads to most of men are in prison came from single mother households. Most of the school shooters came from single mother households. Most of the degeneracy that you see in the gang violence in Chicago and Newark, New Jersey, and all of these areas around the world, in LA and things like that. These are, areas where there's no father figure in the home because the woman kicked the man out the home. She married the government via welfare, was like, oh, let me get this government check. Or if not that, she just chose the wrong man. Like, you got power. You choose who you give your sex to. Power, right? You have power. You choose which man you're going to have a kid by. You got power. You get to choose if you can, terminate the baby or not. You got so much power, but you still make poor decisions with your power. So when I see a single mom, right, I see a woman that made all the wrong choices and only prioritized how she feels. She's selfish.
Will you ever date a single mom?
I mean, single moms need love too. They can get a little. They can get a little a little recreational use only sometimes.
Wow. You believe that single moms are damaged? Are damaged good?
Well, damaged goods. I believe that. I mean, she just said it right there.
Go ahead, spit it out, brother. You've been cooking now. Don't get scared now. All right. Absolutely, they are damaged goods. It is what it is. Yeah, don't start stuttering now. I'm rocking with you, but listen, would you date a single mom? He said, I'll clap cheeks, and a lot of y'all would say that's detrimental, but it is what it is. Ladies need to take heed and move accordingly. Quit popping them babies out.
It's not, I don't think that's detrimental. No, you have made this bid and you're going to lay in it. Y'all can't make up on your own rules. That's what it is now. You listen here. What is it? The sisters that stuck in purgatory, man. Like the sisters out here got one kid. They ain't bad looking and they ain't terrible people. Maybe they did realize the error in their ways. And still yet they can't get the man that they desire, i.e. damaged goods. But their lived reality is showing them that there's damaged goods, not destroyed, not damaged goods as far as them as a human being, but as far as on the sexual marketplace, damaged. Got a dent in the can at best on the bottom shelf, all dusty, got a tear in it, probably little roach eggs in it, all that.
That's all. So it's like a car. It can be anything from a fender bender to an R title. Some of y'all are R title vehicles. All right. So,
done and done. And your attitude, for all the single moms out there, your attitude, how you carry on after that, whether or not you choose to live a life of atonement and make it better, make the most out of the situation instead of saying I'm a single mom by choice and I'm outside tonight. You got a shot at something, don't give up. Keep hope in the room.
That single moms
she just said yes, that single moms are damaged goods.
Of course we are.
Yeah.
And why
damaged?
why do you say single moms are damaged goods?
Where's you're a woman saying that. Not focusing here.
So why do you say single moms are damaged goods?
Because if we're single mothers, we obviously I don't know about y'all, but we go through the ringer. Like I don't want to get too involved in my
listen, I got you. Listen, single moms, to answer your question directly, like I said,
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Recreational use only.
No.
Do you guys know what that means?
Recreational use only. Especially if you up in your ages in your 30s. Recreational use only.
Do you mean like hit it and quit it?
Recreational use only, meaning you won't use any for sex. That's it.
Recreational
is that single mother?
Recreational use.
Even
Can we go around? I'm waiting patiently.
We gotta get to y'all.
Even if
I'm waiting so patiently.
My God.
Okay, time out. Let's reverse it real quick to you.
All right.
What is broke guys good for?
Sex.
Recreational use only.
But
Oh my God. A broke guy compared to a single
You can't
mother?
compare a
What you
broke
talking
guy to
about?
a single mom.
No.
That's false. That's no,
No,
you cannot.
because
Because
go ahead.
someone
let you
who's
speak.
broke, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you're broke as a male, you have the opportunity to level up, but you're not wanting to. As a single mom, you don't know what I had gone through. And sometimes we don't even choose to be a single mom. It's like she said, the men nowadays, I don't even tell a man. Like if I'm meeting somebody, I do not tell someone what I want from them because they're gonna act exactly how I'm telling them, right? So I don't do that anymore. A man shows you that he's something, right? You get to know him. You have a kid by him, and when you're saying that we're choosing to have a kid
let's
by
pick
him,
one point by point. Every point you made. So let's go with your first
let's
point.
go with number one. Let's go with number one.
Gotcha. Your first point was, you don't choose to be a single mom. So if you heard what I explained to her, you do choose to be a single mom.
How?
So
How
what I'm saying is, a man can't have sex with you unless you grant access to sex.
All right, but I granted.
Let me finish real quick. Let's just walk through it step by.
Oh, this woman here, she got that pretty privilege going on. These is some bitter baby mamas too. They sitting up here, they think they ish don't stank, and he's setting the record straight for them.
Shout out to the brother Cooley, man. That's why I like his message. I can appreciate it because he is the messenger. He can sit up there and look at these pretty privileged sisters looking right in their face and be like, you damaged goods. And what have we said up here? They're gonna look you up and down and see whether or not they're gonna accept you as a messenger, and they're gonna act accordingly. And now they up here and they looking at that brother Cooley, and they like, shoot, you look like never mind. and they listening to him. All right, we're gonna leave it there.
So they getting into it. Like he said, they was comparing baby mamas to broke men, and she ain't like, it's going down the rabbit hole. I see.
These women so wicked. I'm trying to tell you something. They will leave here. I wish Cooley could say how many of these sisters tried to jump in his inbox, just tried to entice him, just so they could say, hey, they enticed him. Y'all don't understand. These games be wicked.
And at the end of the day, the net of it is,
you let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts.
Horned up, baby.
Here we go. Hit the like button.
I stop. So you can understand the logic, right? We got to think linear, right? We got to think straightforward.
Right. When you're married to somebody and you're having sex, you're choosing to give that person your body.
Let me finish.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Let me finish. Women choose who they have sex with.
Yeah.
So since you choose who you have sex with,
you're having sex with your husband.
Yeah. And then things in the relationship happens.
Change.
Let's say it changed. Things happen. Life sometimes, right? Then, well, who normally breaks up with the relationships? We're going based off of statistics. But we're going based off of the generalities. Women initiate 70 to 80% of divorces. And not only that, even if we're not talking about marriages, have y'all ever been broken up with before? Show of hands, who's been broken up with? Maybe one of y'all. Two of y'all. Okay, three of y'all.
What was the question?
If you ever been broken up with somebody?
No.
Okay, put it like this. How many times, just show of hands, and thank you can sit down too. Show of hands. How many times has a man broken up with you?
It counts.
Well, let's go with you. How many times has a man broken up with you? Was it just one man? Two men? How many?
No. None.
None.
Zero.
So no men broke up with you.
Right.
How many men have you broken up with?
A little bit, a lot, what?
How many men have you broken up with?
This.
It has been a mutual
No, listen. How many men have you broken up with?
Shit didn't work out.
No, that's not the question. How many? I got you, Reese. How many men have you broken up with?
4.
You proving my point right there.
No, I didn't.
You choose the man to have sex with, and then you break up with them. You are the problem. This is why you're a single mom, because you broke up with these niggas.
So you're saying that us as women, we're supposed to just stay there and what?
You need discernment. Discernment is the ability to make good judgment. So that means that you maybe chose the wrong man, right? So if you didn't choose the wrong man, maybe you wouldn't have broken up with him.
How was I supposed to know that was the wrong man? He was showing no signs of that he was the wrong man.
Do you shop on Amazon?
Right. I look at reviews.
You look at the Google reviews?
I do all day.
When you talk to men, look at the Google reviews.
But I do.
Okay. Explain to me what the Google reviews are.
You can't tell these women nothing. They supposed to have this intuition. How are we supposed to know? He showed up. The little man in the boat was tingling. He was saying everything I liked. He was buying me stuff. What am I supposed to do?
That part right there. Look at her face. Look at that grin. That's defeat. That's as close as you're gonna get to a pretty privileged hyena conceding right there. She's gonna put her head down and give you that little grin because she wants you to back off. She's like, look, back off of me, please. Yeah. You left all your men's, and she said, how was I supposed to know? You know, he wasn't showing me these signs, like Gavin said. Little man in the boat override intuition, discernment, the majority of your brain cells, all that. Little man in the boat never loses when it comes to these modern women. That's what happened. All of those. She said, was I supposed to stay? What was I supposed to do? Give us more context. That she don't see that. She asks all these vague questions. Was I just supposed to stay? Well, why did you leave? Give us some context. Let us know. All the black pill tug of war y'all had going on.
Man, here we go.
No, explain to me what Google reviews are.
I look at pictures on Google. I look
No,
at
I'm talking
pictures
about
on
in the
Google
man.
and Amazon in a man. There
But
are
it's just walk with me here, mama.
Metaphor.
It's a metaphor, right? So we got a relationship, and then we got Amazon when you're purchasing. So women, y'all saying that, well, men are very secretive, meaning that they put up a facade. So they promise these things. They say they're this type of guy, but when we're in a relationship, they're not that type of guy. So now the metaphor is when you're on Amazon, when you're about to buy a package, about to buy an item, you will, let me look at the Google reviews before you purchase this item. So you know when you purchase it, when you give up sex, you're going to get exactly what was promised. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that Google reviews in a man would be a multitude of things. You got to stop looking at prioritizing feelings, and you got to prioritize reality. Women fall in love with their ears. Stop letting niggas raise you up. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So this would be something in a sense. Look at his actions, what he does, instead of what he says. Look for the incongruencies, which you naturally always do. You're very good. All of you women are very good with your memory. If a guy says one thing here, you're like, you said something different before. I know you said it. Don't try to gaslight me. And sometimes the nigga just forgot himself, but you remember because y'all freaking good at listening. So you know. But these are the little things, your social skills that you need to use, which is called Google reviews, to assess if he is a good man.
Google
so if you're buying the product that you really want.
Google reviews, those are people with their own opinions writing stuff. But they gotta think they're gonna.
What? You ain't get the analogy.
It's a metaphor.
It is a metaphor, and I get
Basically,
it.
what he's saying is like you women do not take. You women don't take time
Even when
to
you
get to know
test
the
the
guy.
men.
Hold on, no. You women are moving way too fast. You're not taking the
Even
time.
if you text the man, what you want, you want a leader, right? Okay, so if you texting the man and if he can't plan a date, he's asking you what you want to do. He's like,
But
whatever.
But you're telling us to settle. You're making no. You're telling us to settle.
No, how am I telling you to
I'm
settle?
testing a man and he's not what I want. Okay, let's go back to
you
this.
don't settle.
But you're telling us that we have to stay.
No, what we're saying is
you're telling me that I am a single mom because I didn't settle and I didn't stay and I didn't put up with it.
That's not what you're saying.
No, I'm.
What?
You shut your lying nigga lips up.
This is getting. Why did you let the man knock you up in the first place? How you having raw intimacy with somebody that you not willing to be with? Y'all need to think about. Quit making this stuff so common and acting like you talking about. He popped the baby up in you, sister.
They keep talking about these guys come in and they pull a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. All right, they become the men that they once were not. All of a sudden, that's not true. We have observed nug-nugs up here. We have analyzed them. And I'm telling you, the nug-nugs that little brown dress hunching on, he looked like Cooley in them. He ain't lying to her. He probably nonchalant. He ain't lying. She like, what are we doing? What are we? And he like, we coolin', we chilling, relax. And that's when they want to believe the half truths that these dudes tell them. That's the problem. There you go. They're like, what was I supposed to do? Stop believing those half truths. Stop letting him just coast you along because little man in the boat was doing backflips. She sit here, she all agitated. She's like, this dude don't like me, but little man in the boat doing cartwheels. He like, don't worry about that. Let's just get to this red roof and we'll figure it out later.
And I didn't choose the right man.
No, baby, you skipping a step ahead. Manipulation happens when you focus on the effects instead of getting to the cause. The cause is you chose the wrong man, right? That's the cause. So we're speaking about how to choose a better man, how to have discernment. Well, first you want to be the best self. You want to be your best self so you can attract better men, so you can attract more quality men. Right. So maybe the truth was you attracted exactly what you deserved because maybe you wasn't your best self.
Perfect.
So it's like, God dang, you're a single mother because you made the wrong choices. So it's on you. You get it? Like
I said before, women move too fast.
Agree.
I don't take the time to fully get to know somebody. Text somebody all damn day. That don't mean shit. You got to hang out with a person to really know how they are. Multiple times. I can text a girl all day and say, I'm the king of Israel. Who knows?
I love being text buddies.
It's so easy to lie and betray yourself as somebody through text. But once you see them in person, it's easy to tell when somebody. You women are great at telling when a guy is not confident and when he's lying.
And your men are great at lying.
Because you fall in love with your ears. So you have to look at what he does, not what he says. Men, let's just flip it. Men fall in love with our eyes. We see the wagon. Dang, shorty got the wagon there. Like, really, things, just everything else goes out the window. She could be talking crazy sometimes, but it's the wagon there. I want it. I gotta have it. I need it. So it's the same thing. We gotta kind of like.
And let's be frank. Is it the fact that, you know, men are lying, or that women want men to lay it all on the table? They want you to play the game with your cards face down. And it's like, hold on, nobody's lying. You ain't telling the truth either. You a whole baby mama for starters. But they want you to come in and be like, all right, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to that girl too, and this and that. And you don't need all. If he treating you right, he don't need to tell you nothing else. They be wanting you to tell them everything up front, and they ain't worthy of that.
And that's what I mean, man. They want to believe they have truths. Now, there ain't one of these sisters up here on this show here. There ain't one modern woman that wants a desirable man, that want a man that ain't got no women in the background. That's a fact. Huh? With the brother from Division say, don't know 304 want a man without no 304s. You just don't. Like, she like, dang, don't know the woman want you? Then I don't want you. You're not appealing to my hypergamy. See that? So that's the women it drives me nuts. It makes no sense.
Yeah. So they want you to show your hand so it's easy for them to navigate. They want to win. All right. They don't want you to have the upper hand. It's just that simple.
There you go. They want to take any chances of failure out of the equation at your expense.
To like put a blindfold over our eyes so we can really assess the woman and see how she's moving and kind of listen to the woman. You get what I'm saying? So we have to use our ears almost instead of our eyes. It's different for y'all. You have to use your eyes and see how he's moving instead of your ears. Makes sense, because niggas lie. They gonna lie to you. We're not trying to lie to y'all because
so it's
we're
our
not
fault
trying to
that
hit.
they lied to us and we fall for it. It's our fault.
Yes.
Exactly.
100%.
Yes.
I mean, the blame is on them.
No,
but it is your fault. You have to take accountability.
Temptation.
the one that has to take accountability is the one lying.
But if you purchase, like,
It goes vice versa for men. If I'm talking to somebody and she ends up being
your
crazy,
accountability is bigger because you're doing it and you're aware that you're doing it. The person that's getting it done too, they have you're
but
aware.
People's true colors shows
That get
through
me hot.
time. It's the whole point of this. People's true colors show out through time, and if you just be patient enough and not rush the relationship and or sex, you will see through time that he's not what he says
And then
he
waste
is,
your time.
or she's not who she says she is. It goes for men also. If I choose to date you and I find out that you're crazy and you stab your last 3 boyfriends, that's my fault for not taking the time and do my Google research.
And this is the thing. You're talking about single moms, right?
Yeah.
What like we talked about men. Now let me just flip it on y'all. This is why we, tell guys.
Yeah, what about
like,
a single dad? Like,
well, single dad is different. Because when you come into that relationship as a single dad and versus a single mom, you're not coming in there, expected to provide for his kids. So, but when we come into a relationship with a single mom, at some point in time, if the relationship,
I mean, seriously, that got to be one of the weakest deflections of all time. When you sit here talking about, single moms, and they'll say, what about single dads? What percent of men are full-time parents to their children? We talking less than 5%? Like, it's laughable. And that's their only defense, to say, what about the men? Y'all got the kids in-house, not the men.
That part. And to Cooley's point, yes, even if the kid is there, you ain't coming in and that dude ain't looking at you like, all right, now we a package deal. You got to provide for me and my baby. No, not at all. Not the case in the slightest. Stop that. A man is expected to come in and instantly start ripping the hip, paying for everybody in the house. That's what a man do. You a real man, ain't you? Pay for everybody, even the kids that ain't yours. Women don't have that burden. Stop it.
Man, that's such a weak deflection, man. I'm like, my God.
It's the weakest. That's that men and women are equal, pushback, Mr. X. It makes no sense.
relationship grows, we are expected. You will expect us to provide for your
Financially,
kids.
but not emotionally.
Your kid.
Yeah, but nurture isn't tangible. We
Right.
need to actually give something tangible to the kid. So meaning that you
What did she just say? She gonna say financially, but not emotionally. Don't you understand? Men would rather provide emotionally and not financially. You say, I mean, come on now. They would rather it be the opposite.
And I touched on this. Stop. I'm gonna speak for the brothers that's in these situations because I'm not. No, he there financially and emotionally. I don't care if this a good dude or if it's just an emotional beta simp type brother and he tending to these kids, giving a ride, get a haircut. That kid gonna grow on him. That's a fact. So the emotions is there. Men just don't have the luxury of being able to show it. So once they break up, he can't be like, all right, come here, little nug, give me a hug. I wish you the best, little dude. Don't get deleted out here. I gotta go, your mama wild. Yes, that weighs on men, but they can't say I said for you, fellas. Nah.
have more baggage that we need, more money, more finances, something tangible that we need to give. Nurturing is natural.
It's free.
That's free. You nurturing.
I can do that all day.
love you. I love you, little Peter. Good game, Peter.
The time that you're spending on it, that you're investing in that child.
Well, yeah, that's nurturing. That's there too.
Same thing.
But
Time is
both
money.
parties have to. Yeah, I mean, both parties have to do that as far as spending time, maybe. But the man, it's the man has bigger stake if he chooses to date a single mother and take her seriously because she comes with kids. Now, a man that has kids, it's much different. Now, a man that has kids and a woman that has kids, okay, that's a mixed family. It's like, okay, y'all both coming in with baggage. But a man that doesn't have no kids shouldn't look a single mom's way.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that last part. We ain't equal no matter what. A man with kids and a woman with kids, you're not equal. A man still has the upper hand. He can have 2 or 3 kids. You got 1 kid. I mean, it's unfortunate.
It's a double standard, and we accept it. It is what it is. There's double standards men have to accept that may perceive to be in their favor, and we also accept the double standards that are not in our favor. We say it dang near every other show. We are born valueless as men. We have no value. We worthless. We have to go obtain it. That's a double standard where women are you just born with it automatically. You just got to hold on to it. Sound like our teachers back in grade school. So you start with an A, you just got to keep it. It's tough keeping an A when you're a D student.
That part. So yeah, like I said, brother was up here cooking, but that last part, I don't agree. That men and women are not equal.
There you go. You know what? Shout out to the brother Cooley. You know, for the most part, he from up under the gynocracy, but it's tough, man. You know, Gavin has said it a couple of times. You know, shout out to our families, but shit, we ain't got nobody to answer to for this. Our families, they love this content. It's all love over here. Ain't no hyenas in our midst. But the brother Cooley might got somebody still clawing at him a little bit.
So shout out to them brothers over at the No Fugazi podcast. Make sure y'all go subscribe. The link is in the description of the video. Okay, here we go. Hit the like button.